Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another Eliminator stream. It's been a little while, so I am excited to get back into the streets, and we are behind. People, they keep on putting these promos out, making people want to draft the Eliminator, draft a bunch of stuff. So it's not very good for me being able to do these things slowly, but we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna do hopefully a bit of a longer stream today. Is my goal. Really, my hope is if we can get to knock out all four of the ones that I need to do for the promo, that would be phenomenal. But yes, I am in a great mood today. We got we are now gainfully employed throughout the rest of the year, which is always a step in the right direction. It's always good. I got a new job starting in a week and a half. We will see if it ends up affecting the stream schedule. There will be a week of travel where it probably will affect it a little bit. But once I get settled into there may be a slight change to the stream schedule. But these late night drafts should be something that are still available to me over there with that line of work, which is good for me, and hopefully will be good for y'all. Should be good. Alrighty. Oh, the other thing I need to do is enter the DraftKings main. I had forgotten about that until right now, because apparently DraftKings also has a bunch of promos going on this week, and I like money, so we may be multi-tabling. Want to make sure that I do it the right way to get my stuff. But while I'm getting that set up, we can also start doing some more Little Dalmatian slow picks. Dismiss 10 DK dollars when you enter and draft the millionaire. Actually, just do a slow draft. For that, I just need to enter the slow draft. Should work. That usually works for DraftKings stuff for these promos. And I love a good slow draft, as you can tell by these a million Little Dalmatians that we were in. So, yes, where did my StreamYard tab go? Amateur streamer alert. There we go. Alrighty. So we're here looking at the team. Daniels, Purdy, McCaffrey, Hall, Judkins, Hubbard, London, Evans, Meyer, Shakir, Cooper, Laporta. Psychic is saying you need tight end. I agree. I don't really need quarterback. I don't really need running back. I mean, I could see myself taking a receiver here. I think that's why Denzel Boston's here. But I mean, with Judkins, Boston might be the best pick. And then I don't really care between these tight ends, so I'm fine with just going Denzel Boston and then whoever comes back. But I think we will be stopping because we have an Eliminator draft to do. And we get the 1.2. Love to get the 1.2 here. Feels really good. Having a great day. Great day to get the 1.2. Let's make sure we have all of our exposures correctly tracked there. Okay, so we're a little bit underweight on Gibbs. Way overweight on Bijan, Puka. How do I have 8% Jonathan Taylor? I need to fix that. Way overweight on GT. Still have not taken a Cook share in the Eliminator. Yeah. All right. Sick. So we will obviously take whichever of these two running backs falls to us. This is like the 1 and the 2 are the easiest spots to draft in pretty much every draft for every draft type. You just take one of the 2 running backs. It's not going to be that big a mistake, whichever one you pick. And you feel really happy. Bijan goes 101, so I'm going to get one of my Gibbs shares here at the 1.2. Some people be fist pumping here. I'm like, you know what? It feels good to get a player I'm underweight on at a price that I'm happy to take him, but I'm certainly not fist pumping. I'd rather have Bijan in his later buy. Like I need to be very, very specific about how I work around this week 6 buy for this team. But when you get a generational, or hopefully a generational season out of Jahmyr Gibbs, it's not really going to matter too much. You're gladly going to take that to not have to worry about your RB1 spot every other week. But otherwise, this draft is going pretty simple, pretty relaxed, pretty easy. Oh, I should make sure that I am not muted or anything. Let me pull up the stream. Dee. Yep, there we go. All good. Getting some likes in the chat. Oh, I forgot to. Amateur hour. I forgot to put my little hashtags and stuff into the description. Ugh, embarrassing. Let's see if there's anything interesting going on. Nah, pretty standard picks. It's funny to see a room that hates James Cook like I do, but not crazy. And pull up one of my old streams, grab the description, put it in this video. Oh my gosh, and I copied it again. What an idiot. Really early Bowers. Not sure I love pulling Bowers up. I think Bowers is a perfectly fine pick, but I don't know. Seems a bit strange. Can you save, please? Whatever. Yeah, it seems a bit strange to be pulling him up. He's not really a pull him up sort of guy for me. Just because it structurally makes life difficult. I think. Looking here by my ranks, it's Nico Collins or Breece Hall. Psychic is probably going to agree. Nico Collins or Breece Hall. Let's pull the trigger on Nico Collins. And then see what this guy does. ADP for him, we're hoping he takes Pickens so we get one of Hall or Javonte. Because I think even though they're right next to each other, Zay Flowers. I mean, I love myself some Zay Flowers, but I was not expecting him at the 1-2 turn. And Travis Etienne. Yeah, let's just go Breece. I think feels good. I mean, I was strongly. I was. I don't know if strongly is the correct word, but certainly considering Breece over Collins to get him after the turn feels great. Alrighty. And only 99 more eliminators to go. I got a little bit more than that. Little bit more than that. But not too many. I'm a little bit more worried now that I have other things to do that it'll get done, but I still generally have faith. This next week will probably be a lot of streaming for me. Yeah. Now we got what, 124, which is I've been surprised with how fast the contest is filling. Where are we at? 35 to 40%? Where are we at? 35%, which means what's 35% of 150? It's would want to be around 50 in right now, everything being equal. So obviously not where we want to be, but could certainly be worse. And also, I'd rather be drafting good teams. And I think we've got the start of a good one here. And got some time. Oh yeah, that's easy math. Yeah, 1/6 of the way through. So easy to figure it out that way. But yeah, so about halfway to where we want to be. But I don't know. It's certainly difficult to just be up and on for all of them. But yeah, I think this week will be a big one. Wow, that's some of the latest I've seen Trey McBride go. The 311 is pretty nice, honestly. Like that's a really good price on McBride. Like I can understand why he's falling, but I'm surprised that he's falling as much as he is in a lot of these rooms because I mean it's ridiculous to think. Like there was a time that we were taking not in the Eliminator, but McBride over Bowers, and he is now like over around later in many cases, or at least in this case, which is all right. I mean, cool. If that's what the market says, I'm not gonna disagree too much in this format, but I don't know, man. He's got a week 14 bye, like, and Arizona's got to be decent. So obviously, I'm not taking him at the 302, but I mean, I'd certainly take him over Allen, maybe over, like the Rice and the Higginses of the world. Got people cleaning out wide receiver. My ranks is running back. Psychic says Jalen Waddle is the best thing that's ever happened. And after watching the ship tripping stuff today, he might be. I think I will capitulate to Waddle because there are 3 running backs that I'm happy to take here. He can only take 2, and I figured he was probably going to take Lamar. Like if you're pulling up Zay Flowers, that's the type of drafter that's also going to be wanting to stack, especially in this contest. So I really would have preferred Judkins or Bucky, and I still get one of Judkins or Bucky. Psychic says Bucky. I'm going to go Judkins. Diversifies the bye weeks a little bit more. I think they have pretty similar ranges of outcomes. Just feels right to me. So we pick him. Nice and simple. Yeah. Yeah, we get the ping pong everywhere. Yeah, 4 or 5 turns where Colston Loveland's been going. Not that I think that it's a great pick, but that is reasonable. Like certainly a reasonable draft. It's just not a draft I would do. Like you're double pulling up Flowers and Lamar. Like other people are going to have better combos than you. I mean, that's the argument on one hand. On the other hand, I guess get your guys. I guess. I don't know. Alrighty. Got the DK dollars from the DK crew, so that's good. Probably end up firing another slow. I don't know if I want to do another a fast DraftKings draft. Like do it on stream. Seems not super fun. I like only doing eliminators on stream. It feels nice. Feels like it keeps the channel specific, which is obviously where I want to be. Oh, let me see if I can futz with the sidekick. Make it so that the week 17 stuff doesn't show up. I do not need to see week 17 bringbacks on the sidekick. I'd rather see more players. Like I don't care about week 17 in this format. Come on, Pat, Mr. Kareen. All right, so the first quarterback run is starting. It's going in a reasonable order. I'm surprised I have 19% Tyler Warren. I like him. I think that's a hefty That is not how much I like him. I think that's a little bit more than I like him. Yeah, I'm obviously gonna have a lot more Brian Thomas than the psychic recommends because I think he's good and the psychic thinks he's doo-doo dog shit, I guess. But yeah, like here, yeah, like I wouldn't take Tyler Warren over Brian Thomas. Like I'd at least consider Jalen Hurts. I mean, if BTJ goes, I probably yeah. If Hurts and BTJ go, then I definitely do pick Warren here. Like it's not the spot to be diversifying exposures. Yeah, Warren goes to the drafter before us, who's been happily snatching up some ADP values. I don't mind Marvin Harrison, but I think Brian Thomas is a better player on a better offense. So feels good to pick him. Yeah, I have Marvin Harrison kind of buried in the ranks. Yeah, I mean him and Parker Washington feel kind of similar. Okay. Yep. Yep. It says Marvin Harrison by the sidekick. My ranks say DK Metcalf. We'll go Marv, I think. We don't have a week 14 bye. And I have a lot of week 9 players that I like between the Titans and the Steelers. And I think it's good to, just balance out those exposures just a teensy tiny bit. Just a teensy tiny bit. My thought process there. So yeah, we'll probably be looking at a running back at the next turn. Wind up a 5. And like these are all approachable quarterbacks. If we want stacks, and if we don't want stacks, we have our premier targets. So pretty simple. Mm. One of the things I've learned a little bit from the streaming is that I don't need to be talking all the time. I should talk a lot. It should be something that's, going on, engaging. But I don't need to talk all the time. Not quite all the time. Bonix at 82. That seems like a reach. Because it is a reach. I'm curious how people would feel about multi-tabling for this. Because I feel like especially when I'm not in a bunch of slows, could multi-table pretty effectively. But I also think that might be a really bad experience for people to watch. And I don't want to like have a bunch of, stuff going on and then people think that like, oh my gosh, this is confusing and then, not watch the stream, not be here, not be interested. So but I think it might be a good thing. It may be a necessity as comes closer to the Eliminator filling for me to just get volume in if I'm streaming them all. I prefer not to do it, but don't always get that choice. So we got a lot of quarterbacks here. I think taking like Lawrence here would be pretty reasonable. I think that's when I'm fine with having a little bit of coordination. And I think like one stack is generally pretty reasonable, even in this format. You just don't want like a super duper mega stack or everything to be stacks. Because you have two people have a really bad week and your team's having a real bad week. Team's having a bad time. Oh, hey Meg, how you doing? I'm doing good. I said earlier in the stream I just got a job today. I just signed a contract for a new acting gig today, so I am in a great mood to be running some eliminators out here. So I'm hoping to have a nice long healthy stream. Were you streaming today? I'm gonna take a wild guess and say yes, but you never know. Thank you, thank you. I mean, I love myself some Josh Downs, but if we get the opportunity to grab some Trevor Lawrence here, I think that's probably where my head's at. I don't know. Oh, Best Ball Jeopardy was tonight. Yes, it's damn. Trevor Lawrence goes. That means we're taking Josh Downs. Yes, it's been interesting. I haven't been able to catch all of the Best Ball Jeopardy stuff, but it's from what I've seen, it's been a fun time. So I do appreciate stopping by. Oh dear, on the clock. I don't think Calvin guy's it, but I guess I have to because I don't want to take Kyler or Patrick here. That's just not right. That just don't feel right. So we'll take the falling Calvin guy value and have to catch up everywhere else. But yeah. No, I remember looking at the Best Ball Jeopardy stuff and like knowing how incredibly bad I would be at it. Like just seeing at least the categories that are like looking at like historical um the best ball stuff or like trying to like figure out ADPs and stuff by numbers. I'm just like I'm not I don't remember stuff that well. Like I'm pretty good about having a plethora of knowledge about like what I'm focused on at any given time, but once it's like once it's a past season or once it's something that I just don't need to think about anymore, it just goes straight out the brain. So it's very impressive watching people that just like know all this stuff and just like keep it in their brain. I mean, you gotta have respect for it. Yeah. So by ADP, am I supposed to get quarterbacks? Yeah, kind of. If I get lucky, I'll get some quarterbacks. Probably would end up being the next two picks I would want to be quarterbacks. And Kavanaugh is actually like a good fit for this room of running backs. Like, could end up stopping at 4. Because one guy's, if he's trending in a direction, he's going to probably be trending upward. I would be shocked if he like loses his job to Swift based on being bad. So he probably trends upwards over the course of the season. These other guys can be relatively consistent. I mean, Jenkins probably trends up to the course of the season. So maybe we have like a last round George Kalani on this team. But otherwise, feel really good about that. Feel pretty good about the receiver room. Just need to like, and you can always clean up a tight end room. So just need to hope that everything falls the right way to get some quarterbacks, and then we should be good. Because yeah, I'm not gonna like do the super duper reach for Shuck or Willis just because I need a quarterback. That's not my style. I'm very stubborn. I'd rather let a team burn and die than reach on players I don't think I have to reach on. Yeah, like I don't mind Mason or Brooks, but they're not quite the right archetypes for this team. It's gonna be tough if Dobbs and Mayfield go. I'm not quite sure where I'd go there because this isn't really a golden receiver room. Like I could maybe I could sell myself on golden. But, okay, I'm probably gonna get Baker. Like these guys really want a third quarterback. I mean, this guy might, but he needs running backs. Like he should take Jordan Mason. Yes. Well, I think Romeo Dobbs is way better than the other receivers here, and this guy should not be taking a quarterback. So I'm going to take Dobbs and hope that Baker makes it around the turn. That's my plan here. For all that talk about Baker and then taking a receiver. He goes double receivers. We get Baker around the turn. We windmill slam that. So we need the quarterback points. And we will be probably windmill slamming a quarterback, any of these quarterbacks if they make it back to us at 140. What is it, 143? Yeah, if we get any of these guys down to Daniel Jones at 143, we'll be windmill slamming them. plus probably one of Young and Rogers would be my guess. Because that'll get us to the 3 quarterbacks. Pardon me, this wide receiver room looks pretty darn decent at this point. So we go 12 and 13, 2 more quarterbacks, 14, 15, 16, triple tight end, and then finish up with hopefully a George Holani and random receiver in the last couple rounds. That's sort of the plan for the rest of this draft. That's the hope. Because as long as we can cobble together a workable quarterback room, I feel really, really good about this team. Yeah, I need a little bit more early production at running back is probably the place I'm most concerned outside of quarterback. So that would be looking at, and we don't have the option to really take it early, so we have to take it later. So it's looking at a Sean Tucker, maybe. Obviously, George Holani is my number one hope. Maybe taking a running back that we wouldn't usually take, just because we know what we need out of this guy, which is points week 1 through 6, and then we expect these other guys will be a little bit, specifically Munungai and Judkins will be more end of season plays. Yeah, so I really am happy that we got to kick Baker around the turn. I think that getting Romeo Doubs into this room just is a much better receiver profile than Golden or Higgins. Yeah, we've got 2 more quarterbacks they're hoping to make back to us. We've got 1 more guy on 1 quarterback, and he's got Daniels, so he may not feel like he needs a quarterback. Obviously, people are looking to go 3 quarterback in this, so I'm not safe just because I get past the 1 quarterback guy. But by ADP, what's it looking like? I mean, Stroud would be a reasonable pick here. But if he's timing out, I doubt he's going to time out into a quarterback. Hello? Hello? What's going on? Long time to be at 000, my friend. Let's reload the page, just in case it's something on my side. Something with StreamYard that's being weird. Nope. Draft's being strange. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's lovely. Gotta love that. I've heard of this happening, and I've seen it happen to other people, but I have not seen it happen to me yet. Not had it happen to me yet. That's a pain in my rear. Darn. Okay, because I can't really go and work on other stuff, because if this starts, I need to be able to do this. So, how's life? Yeah, I mean, this is when we would normally be starting the stream. Anyway, if this becomes a big issue, then obviously that's going to be a problem. Let's see how that looks. It's saying that it's good, but who knows? I'm going to refresh the page just one more time, just in case. Again, it is something on my side. If we get an auto draft or 2, that's fine, but don't want it to be at the mower. Yeah, I mean, this is literally the first time it's happened to me, literally the first time. I got this badge without having to deal with this. So, okay. And looks like we're off to the races. Take Stroud, which is annoying. But can't control what other people do. This guy, I hope, wants Kincaid. So I hope this guy wants Keaton Mitchell, maybe? If you could take Keaton Mitchell, that would make me happy camper. He's also got a decent quarterback room, I don't think. Here goes Daniel Jones. Rats. Why does Psychic hate Cam Ward? Or is this like a like Cam Ward's ADP is just like screwy in this format? But I don't think so. I mean, I'm going to take Cam Ward because he might legitimately go over the turn. And none of these other quarterbacks will. And then I want to grab Bryce. Here, because I don't think Rodgers is going to be good on this team. So just grab Young and then slam tight ends later. Like, it's fine. Tight ends will be fine. It'll be okay. I'm not worried about it. Yeah, I just want to take a look at in like the regular slate. We go down to Cam Ward. Yeah, 139. He's about the same. So it's not like there's some sort of like weird price difference between them. It's just that the cabal over at Legendary Upside does not believe in Cam Ward, which is fair. I mean, he did not look phenomenal his first year, but I think he showed flashes. And if he takes the step, this is going to be a really solid quarterback room that I can expect to give me, 15, 16 points a week, which is, when I'm taking quarterbacks this slate, all I'm really asking out of the quarterback room is average me 17 points a week, please. Not looking for any heroics, just get me through. And yeah, people are letting tight ends fall for the most part. So actually, this guy also has 0 tight ends, but that's me. This guy's going pretty wide receiver heavy. Like, I'd be shocked if he takes more receivers. But yeah. It's nice when I know I need a bunch of tight ends, and at the top of my ranks, a bunch of tight ends at different ADPs. So it's not like I'm really just hoping they fall back to me. I'm just like, I just need tight ends. And the best players available are going to be tight ends most likely. That feels nice. Who do we have on Houston? Oh, Collins. I was like, keep getting his teammate score for Houston. Who is it? It's Collins. Let's see how this McBride team went. He hasn't taken a running back since the 4th round. Very cool. Went Williams, Tate, Johnston, Lemon, Mahomes, Stafford, Concepcion, likely Rodgers, Mitchell. Yeah, he still has got a little bit of ways to go with his running back room, or his receiver room, and his running back room, frankly. I mean, top 3 are good, but you need probably a little bit more depth than that in the vast majority of cases. Doesn't feel great. Guy to my left has 2 tight ends, Fannin and Loveland. He's probably not picking a third, so I don't really need to worry about that, I don't think. If I want to just go tight end here. Like, if there's some crazy receiver or running back value, I may click on them and a tight end, but I doubt it. Especially because the crazy receiver value looks like would be Travis Hunter, and I already have Brian Thomas. Like, I don't really need more Jacksonville chutzpah on this team. Brenton Strange goes. Rhonda Gadsden goes. Wow. Tight ends all going right before my pick. I think it's pretty clear who I would like. Please take Jonah Coleman. You have Chig and Tyler Warren. You don't need Dalton Schultz. Let's go. So we'll take Dalton Schultz as our tight end 1. And probably Hawk as our tight end 2. Yep. Does feel a little bit bad not being in the right spot to take Travis Hunter, but we're just not in the right spot to take Travis Hunter. And this is our first week 6 bye that is not Gibbs. So that's a well-built team around this week 6 bye. We have to deal with Bryce Young in week 5, which is not something I'm super worried about. And then 2 in week 6. Feels good. I agree. We probably want our 3rd tight end and then run a receiver and a running back if we get the right one. And it'll be done and dusted. Nice and easy. That's a good start to a nice Eliminator stream. I'm going to go ahead and just start after my, it'll be what, after my 17th round pick, I'm going to go ahead and just get in the new Eliminator room. If it happens that we have to do like 1 or 2 picks at the same time, I'm okay with that. It's just the like full multi-tabling experience I don't think is necessary. I don't think, I've like watched it on other people. It's like, I don't think doing the multi-tabling's great. Yeah, when does training camp start? It's got to be pretty soon. Or I'd assume it's like a late July, somewhere between late July and mid-August. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I'm like, I just need to get these suckers done, because I don't have the luxury of doing a bunch of, you know, doing 30 slows when camp starts. I'm pretty happy to just keep on trucking along with these on stream. And if I need to, if camp starts and I'm way behind and I start doing 2 or 3 drafts at a time, so be it. I wonder if I could like share multiple like drafts in like different like segments of the stream. That might, at least for me, like I think look better. But yeah, first week of August. Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, what's that? 2 weeks before camp starts. Should be good. Travis Hunter is still here. That's wild. Yeah, 2 weeks before camp starts. Good time to do some nice relaxing. Maybe draft some other stuff like a good world pup teams or something like that. If you need to scratch the itch, but otherwise just have a good summer. Relax. Don't worry about underdog drafts. Feels nice. I mean, I will say, if Travis Hunter comes back to me, I will be taking him. That's, I mean, unless there was some news that I haven't heard. That's it. I mean, that's an absurd fall for him. That feels. I mean, other than the Michael Wilson pick, this team looks pretty darn decent to me. Which obviously you don't love saying. Yeah, tight ends sort of has ran out. Like Dulcich is, I think, the last of a bit of a group of tight ends that I'm willing to take up here. Ferguson, is Ferguson's ADP really that high? It is, and he gets taken at around it. All right. I mean, Kamara is also pretty similar to Helani in that he's probably going to be more involved early. Yeah, I'm not taking a tight end. It says Helani over Kamara. I think I'd rather just have Kamara. And then, yeah, Gesicki goes, whatever. It's probably just Charlie Kolar team in the last round. It says Ted Hurst for some wide receiver juice at the end of the season. I can believe that. I can get behind that. I really don't think Jalen McMillan is that good, so. Makes sense for me to want to be in on the person who would be who would be most likely to replace him if something happens. But yeah, coming in nice and tight. Nice tight 40-minute draft. You'll love to see it. And we have a bunch of these tight ends we can pick. You even take Tonja. Tonja doesn't feel great having to just rely on TJ Hawk in week 8. Especially without Collins as well. Probably not correct. Eric All has the same problem with the week 6 bye with Gibbs. So probably not wanting to look in that direction either. Yeah, so it's probably looking like Big Boy Washington or Kolar. But this guy is, I mean, he's doing the right thing with Bowers. I wonder if he's gonna be one of these guys that only takes Bowers. I don't know. The rest of this draft does not seem Green guy that only takes Bowers. Cortland Sutton, 20 picks above ADP. That, man, I'm not used to people having that big of a stand on Cortland Sutton. Jesus Christ. This guy is getting his guys. This guy is getting his guys. And his guys include a fourth quarterback. Fourth quarterback, Tua. Wow. Yeah. Yeesh. I presume we're talking about Travis Hunter here. Unless, yeah, I don't think there was any other Hunter I've mentioned recently. Yeah, I mean, he should be playing a decent amount. Like, that wide receiver room is just a bunch of nonsense. Like, a bunch of good players, but it's a bunch of weird good players. So I expect that Hunter will be playing probably in some goal line packages, third and long situations, the types of plays that you're going to want to be passing on. They're going to want to get their best pass catchers on the field. Like, I think it's pretty simple. Like, they're not gonna just keep him on the bench in high leverage situations because they're scared. Like, that's not that's not good for him. That's not good for them. It's just not good. Great. That's what it is. So at 6-12 on our second eliminator, I could have done it even earlier. Did he take a quarterback tight end? No, he didn't. Solo Brock Bowers. I don't know why people think the eliminator is the contest for this. Like, no one would ever consider doing this in BBM, right? Like, I've not seen anyone do this in BBM, but suddenly you walk into the eliminator and you get people just being like, yeah, it's fine. I don't get it. Maybe I don't have to get it, but I do not get it. Yeah, this is not a Stowers team. I need my tight end to actually score points. And the more I hear about Charlie Kolar, the more it seems like he is actually going to score some points. But Darnell Washington is also going to score some points. I don't have any exposure to him, and his bye week's a little bit better for this team. So I think it's a slightly better pick. Very, very slightly. Very, very slightly, let me say. So we're at 9 out of 12 for Eliminator, 10 out of 12. Should be starting the second one here real soon. But until we do, as usual, got to be making some little Dalmatian picks. Make sure there's no non-little Dalmatian. Oh, we got our most recent BBM fired up. So let's make a pick on that. It's Jefferson versus Lamb here. I want to be overweight on both of these guys probably. But I like Lamb. Obviously, I'm a Cowboys fan. So that is going to be where my lean is there. And we got whatchamacallit. Oh, wow. They were ready to go. We got our second eliminator on tap. We are in the 6th slot. Feels pretty good. We're going to get either an electric wide receiver or McCaffrey, most likely. So that feels nice. And we are going to go to the draft. I like it when they just go click, 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 click. Nice and simple. Don't think there's any of the same people here, but I could be wrong. Didn't mean to get my exposures. I wanted to name the team real quick. Guessing this is the second draft on 7-8. This is 7-15 draft 1. And this is 7-8 draft 2. Nice and simple. So, top goes exactly as you'd expect. We're not going to change anything up. We're going to grab our Christian McCaffrey. Here, I mean, he's got the same ceiling as the guys at the top of the board, just a little bit less likely to reach it. So, in this team, we're just going to pretend that he reaches it. CeeDee Lamb at 7, I think, is a bit ambitious, obviously, but I've seen worse picks. Who am I? Oh, it's Cook. Then I'm like, who is underrated by me? It's Cook. It's always Cook. I just hate James Cook. People need to accept that. I'm surprised that it has Saquon over JJ here on the sidekick. I don't know. Are people just forgetting how good? That's wild. Bowers at the 1-2 turn after taking a running back with a week 13 bye. Intriguing. What in the weekly winners? Okay, so we got some people building unique combos on the right hand side of the board. Probably is not going to give us anything super cool, but I mean, I don't know if man, that sucks for him because I don't think you can really take Jefferson here that he takes him. I mean, 2 week 6 buys at receiver that early just feels a bit slimy. We do get Kenneth Walker here. I mean, he is in that running back tier, and you're not really expecting to get. I mean, more often than not, you'll end up getting someone from the running back tier, but it's not super common that you do. So it's nice when it happens to get the end that like 1-2 turn running back paired up with Christian McCaffrey. Feels pretty nice. But yeah, man, got two people that are gonna have some interesting bye week issues. Like I'm more worried about the two receivers with the week 6 buys. Like that's a unique start, obviously, but you've got to figure out like it's gonna be tough to land the plane. I'm interested to see how he does it because you've got to make sure you've got enough other receivers with early firepower, but that you also don't just like over index on the receiver position. Like it's gonna be that's a tough balance to thread. I will say we got a lot of people going. I mean, we got 0 RB through 3 here. Is this guy gonna pull up? Would it be? I mean, that's probably not pulling it up for Travis Etienne. It's probably just the pick for him. Yeah, I mean, nope. Goes Kyron. Wow, just slamming those week 11 buys. I would love Etienne, but I think that's a bit problematic with the bye weeks and stuff. We'll take Devonta Smith. I think middle of the third feels fine to take him. Sidekick obviously was saying some other options, but I don't have a ton of them. Seems like a good right place to pick him, so just grab him. This is not a team that I really need to be super fancy on after these first 2 picks. Oh wow, getting Etienne here at 33 is a decent enough gift to help. Helps your running back troubles a decent amount. Sort of rewards you for those receivers. I mean, if he can get Etienne and Jacobs as well, that would feel really nice. So curious to see what wild moves this guy at the turn decides to pull off. Garrett Wilson and Zay Flowers go. So what are we looking at from Mr. Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers as the first 2 picks? Something crazy or something somewhat sane? Auto drafting David Montgomery. Okay, somewhat sane. I certainly don't agree with the pick, but certainly reasonable. And what do we got next? Jacobs. All right, so that's certainly sane. It's a bit interesting, but certainly sane. That is actually something I wasn't thinking about. If I want to keep getting my Jalen Waddle exposure up, I can't be taking Devonta Smith with these Week 10 bye overlaps. That's a disaster. Don't love Evans here. I mean, this guy takes T. Higgins. Like that's just a sting that T. Higgins falls back to him. Probably want to take Ladd there. Yeah. This guy will probably take one of the two guys in front of me will probably take T. Yeah. And then it's Mike Evans, I guess. And can I get away with anything else? I don't think so. Mike Evans is good. Running back receiver correlation feels fine. Even with McCaffrey, like I know I don't always love, like McCaffrey is sort of a receiver, so there can be some negative single game correlation there. But I don't know. I like Mike Evans specifically is not going to be super threatened by Christian McCaffrey's targets and vice versa. So that's my justification. Doesn't mean we need to be careful about other week 8 buys, obviously, but yeah, like can't be taking Malik Neighbors on this team. Whew. Still have not gotten a Travion share, which is kind of surprising, I will say. I mean, yeah, I thought so. I'm like, there's no reason for this guy not to take Bucky. And there's no reason for me to not take Devontae. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty close there with you. Like I love getting these, 1-and-1 starts here. Feels really good. I think if you got Lamb in Jefferson or Lamb in St. Brown, like that would feel a lot better than this. Yeah, I mean 2 6s, 2 7s. I mean, you've got a good room, but you're walking a thin line, and your running backs are a bit wonky. So you're getting really good players. I mean, especially if you can get past those bye weeks, it feels really good. It's just feels very thin to actually get there. Feels very, very thin. Now we got crazy guy. I mean, Odunze Brian Thomas is probably where he's going. That would probably feel pretty good. Really likes to auto draft his first pick. Joe Burrow. Okay, that's very funny. Legitimately, that's quite humorous. I am hoping that he takes a receiver because I really don't need any of these to be canceled. Looks like he's just auto drafting 2 quarterbacks. Okay. Well, more receivers for the rest of us, I guess. Psychic says I need a third running back here. It's probably correct. Drake May goes. Yeah, I don't really think Odunze on this team is particularly correct. Warren. I mean, what would I do here? I mean, I don't want to over-index on receivers, so I probably wouldn't want to take Rome. Or, I'd probably take Jadarian. Takes Pollard. Also a perfectly defensible pick. Jalen Warren goes. Psychic says Ramondre. Ramondre versus the Rome fall is where my mind's at. I think I'll take Ramondre. If I can get Rome swapped up, I'll do him, actually. Yeah, we'll do Rome. I think I just have to believe in Rome's ability. Like I just it's just a necessary part of my thesis for this season. And I don't really need to take a huge stand on Ramondre versus Travion. Like I don't think about that too much. So I just want to have more Rome than I want to have Ramondre, and we can grab another running back here. I think obviously if Hurts comes back, we'll take him. Even stacked to Devonta, like just that's enough of a fall on a player that I like that I'll just go, thank you. But no, doesn't come to us. It's going to be between Metcalf and Dobbins, probably. I think those one's actually pretty clear, and I got the player I'd prefer anyway, which is Dobbins. I think we needed a running back. It's weird because I really like Harvey, and I really like Dobbins. Like Harvey is a talent based bet running back going into a second year. Like you can really see how it hits. And J.K. Dobbins is a great running back on a good team who has some strong competition, but has fought off decent competition before, and if healthy, is like profiled to be a really, really good back that people are just not believing in because he hasn't been healthy. And I am, one of the theses I draft on is that injuries are not something that you can predict. So stop trying to predict them because they happened in the past. I mean, it feels good when you're right, but it also feels good when I draft J.K. Dobbins this year and he plays all 17 games and successfully holds off R.J. Harvey because he's just a really good running back. That feels pretty good too. Man, I will say this is a pretty thirsty quarterbacks. Pretty thirsty for quarterbacks, all things considered. So I may want to bump quarterbacks up in this room a little bit. I don't know. I'm like, is there a specific side of the room where I want to pick like fellow zero quarterback guys? Like I guess on like my direct right there are two guys. So I'd like rather be taking quarterbacks at the one at pick 102 than 91 because there's only one guy who's gone zero quarterbacks so far on this side. So I'm a little bit less worried. Two rookie wide receivers. Man, this guy's got an interesting draft going on. It's very funny. I don't think it's good, but it's very funny. Yeah, I mean, more week 7 nonsense that you've got going on here. Doesn't feel great. I mean, Sutton is the right type of receiver, I will say. Like if you're gonna be building this, this is the way I would build it. Jaden Reed versus Brock Purdy. Jaden Reed's pretty good. I like Jaden Reed. Also like Brock Purdy. I think, as I said, I'd rather take the receiver on this end, and then if the right guy falls to me, I'll take quarterback on the other side. It's close to 42% Rashad White. Not quite though. Yeah, because I'm pretty happy with Mahomes too, or Dart. Like any of those three feel pretty decent, and I'm guessing 3 quarterbacks don't go on my left, given the capital people have already spent at quarterback. Like Allen Williams and Lamar Hurts, probably not big teams that are looking to pick up quarterbacks, would be my guess. Obviously, could be wrong, but that'd be my guess there, which means it's looking reasonably likely that I get one of Purdy or Mahomes back. Darn. Okay, so Mahomes goes there. I may have to settle for Kyler. And Purdy goes. Okay, so this, yeah, I need to be taking quarterbacks here. We are, yeah, just in, people are just quarterback, like scared, like just afraid of not getting quarterbacks. I like Kenny Gainwell, I like Aaron Jones, I like Harold Fannin. But yeah, we have the right teammate for Bo Nix. We'll grab Bo Nix here over Kyler. If Kyler comes back, we'll take him happily, but I doubt he will because people are thirsty for quarterbacks. In this room, and you got to have quarterbacks. Like when someone goes Lamar, Hurts, Purdy, everyone else is like, okay, well, I guess I got to deal with this. And then someone else is going Burrow, Daniels, and being insane in that way. Like he's probably going to stop it too, but you have to like respect the threat that he might not. Just like I had to respect the threat that like this is obviously a bad scenario here that all three of my guys go. That one of the guys with 0 quarterbacks takes 2, and that there's a guy who already took 2 that takes a third one. But I had backup plans, had backup options. Bowers Laporte is a thick tight end room. And Wandale, interesting. Goes Gainwell. Keep on trying to slam out the running backs. Yeah, he doesn't get to take another quarterback here. I don't think. I'd be shocked if he feels like he has the luxury to take a quarterback here. I think he needs to probably take Aaron Jones. That sucks. That really sucks. Takes Fannin. Fannon's acceptable too. Like it's a fall. It's a good player. He can probably give you a lot of good weeks. Okay, him taking Shuck feels good. Goff goes, we will windmill slam Jordan Love. I mean, I love Aaron Jones here. Like even like at this price, even as the backup, like it's really good. But I'm gonna draft a little bit scared here and pull the trigger on Jordan Love. Because I mean, the guy on my left has 0 quarterbacks. So I should be expecting him to pick some up here. And I'm going to guess that I would prefer Love and whatever running back I take next to Aaron Jones and, some guy at quarterback, like a Cam Ward or something. Like this is where you have to just read the room sometimes, where it's like, yep, I need it right now. Intriguing. They want tight end. The legendary upside cabal wants tight end. I think I will oblige them. It's between that and C-Rod for me. And I think J.K. Dobbins fills the C-Rod but better role. I don't think Concepcion is ever in my thought process. Malik Willis kind of is, because I'm not super comfortable with just Nixon Love. But I am comfortable with Nick's Love Young, Nick's Love Rogers, even Nick's Love like Gino. So I think I'm ready to leave that for a little bit and instead grab someone who could be really benefiting from the Ravens being a lot better this year. And I could not agree more, Magno. Just gotta pick Love there. Gotta click Love. Yeah. I mean, obviously, C-Rod could theoretically come back to us. Unlikely, but always theoretically possible. Yeah, I mean, this is another pretty comfortable Eliminator. We're probably a little bit like, now that we've survived the quarterback avalanche, the next thing I want to turn my attention to, okay, how are we fixing this, is the running back room. I think it needs a little bit more juice in it, like 2 higher-ish picks. I mean, our receiver room is juiceless, but in like an okay way. Our running back room is juiceless and thin. So I'm a little bit worried about it. And like, yeah, I can't like slam Casey Concepcion into this receiver room to make it work better, but Yeah. Ah, Propiosh, our champion. Happy to see you stopping by. Yeah, it is going to be a continued grind for sure, but I'm enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, I think the receiver room is solid. Just it will need a little bit of uh, fleshing out later, but nothing I'm super duper worried about right now. I don't know. People are taking tight ends. Don't think I need to be indexed on that too much. I'm surprised it wants Ty J Spears right now. I'm not surprised that it wants Stroud. I think I'm going to overrule it. I'm going to grab Keaton Mitchell. I think Keaton Mitchell solves the juice problem at running back well. Even I think he solves the juice problem pretty well. I think it makes it so I can push the fifth running back quite a bit later. And as I said, I'm pretty comfortable with my third quarterback being younger Rodgers. So I don't feel like I need Stroud on this team, especially when I already have significant week 8 bye investment. Should be fine. Should be good. I mean, I want Juwan Johnson. I don't think I get to take him. Like, I disagree with the sidekick. I think tight end is like. I guess the sidekick is just much more okay than I am with even the third quarterback being later, which is probably correct. Like, if I sit and think about it, it's probably fine if I have Mendoza as my third quarterback on this team. So I should be looking at other positions. So it's Cooper versus Johnson. Johnson is my guy, so we'll grab him. And we can get a dinky third tight end later. Cooper's a perfectly defensible pick there as well, because that solves the receiver room's like lack of juice really, really well. Like that receiver room might even stop at 6, depending on how the other positions fare. So I think that's good. Go back, look at crazy guys drafts. Goes Coker Higgins. I mean, he knows what he. I mean, he's got a structure. He's figuring it out. Seems fine. There's no way this is okay. I'm like, there's no way this is the same guy. Stephon Diggs seems a bit ambitious. I don't know. He's not really rumored to sign with anyone who has a week 6 or 7 bye. So I guess it could be okay, but a little bit worrying. Obviously, especially now that he has quarterbacks on bye week 6 and 7. I mean, he's getting he got Cooper to fall to him. Very rookie heavy on these receivers, but just the way it's going to be sometimes. Zach Charbonnet. Are we sure this guy knows he's drafting an Eliminator? I'm not sure. I think this time we will, at the end of round 16, go ahead and start up the next draft. That feels good to me. I need to reach out to Yosh at some point in time, see if he would ever be interested in coming on. Be fun to draft with our champion. Goes tight end before me. Deebo Samuel does not, I fear, address the juiceless problem. Maybe just be time to take Rodgers. Actually, let's do AD Mitchell. AD Mitchell, in his own way, solves the juiceless problem. Because AD Mitchell has juice. He may be expending the juice early in the year, but he has juice. And yeah, I probably want quarterback my next pick. So round 15 is quarterback, 16 is tight end, 17 is running back, 18 is receiver. It's probably what it's going to be. Sounds like a good way to put a bow on this. Because I'm going to be taking whoever makes it to me of Mendoza and Gino. Don't really care too much, but I feel pretty confident. I want a third quarterback, and I would like one of them. Surprised the kick doesn't agree with me there. I will say, Hawk may get me to not take a quarterback. I don't know. This guy looks pretty quarterback desperate. Yeah. I mean, Deebo Samuel falling just a little bit. Y'all do, you know. I think I need to switch my Mendoza and Gino ranks around a little bit. Booyah. Love to hear it. Yeah. No, this is not the time to be bringing on the big hitters, but I would love to make it happen. So I'll send a reminder to give you a quick DM. Yeah, hopefully he's got hands. Hopefully he has hands. I need my receivers to have two hands that can catch the football. But if he fixes that, like, I can't be the only one that's excited if he manages to fix that. Like, he's got juice. I mean, that could end up being like a really good receiver room. Wilson, Cooper, A.D. Mitchell for fantasy at least, and then Kenyon Sadiq tight end. If I knew anything about offensive line and their offensive line was good, I would be so incredibly in on that offense. But unfortunately, I don't know anything about offensive lines, and it's the Jets. So something bad is going to happen. Also, their quarterback is Geno Smith. So Terrence Ferguson in the 16th round over Cade Otton. What are people doing? Oh my gosh. Davis Maddock, you've gone too far. Yeah. So Cade Otton, get a nice, solid third tight end. We'll go ahead and get in another one. Waiting for 8 people. Perfect. As expected. And I don't have 2 computer screens, but I do have my phone to be able to tell me when that starts, so we won't miss a pick from that. At least that's the hope. Helani's not really the type of running back I want. Like, I don't really need the early season stuff. I feel like it's much more like a Marshawn Lloyd team. It could be a Jaden Blue team, honestly. It's a bit rich. Jaden Blue. Could have some more juice with Ted Hurst. I think we'll just get some good juice with Jeremy Bernard and kick the can down the road on trying to figure out how we're getting a little bit of juice at running back. I think that's best. Obviously not sure, but I think it'll work out. Yeah. Huh. O-line's going to be good, theoretically. That's funny. I mean, if they can do it, that's great, but yeah. Yes, have a good night, Yosh. I understand my stream is not necessarily for all the East Coasters, but I'm glad you decided to stop by. Yeah, on paper it's better. I mean, to be fair, it was pretty darn bad last year, if I remember correctly, or maybe it was 2 years ago. Maybe I'm thinking of the Rodgers year. I don't know. Regardless, it's the Jets. Something's going to happen. Allen doesn't feel great. Emmett Johnson obviously doesn't feel great. Yeah, the running backs that we're looking at got taken. How dare they? James Conner. Hoping he gets traded. George Holani. What the heck is this team? Wait. 4-8-3-3. Whoa. Hold up. How did I not catch this? Ooh, this draft might get thrown out. Damn. This draft might get thrown out. I think it's still Katron. I think Katron's significantly better than anyone else we're getting juice-wise. But, damn. And I think that was my phone lighting up to tell me that the next one... Nope. It's just about to start. Must have been a different pick. So we have a bit of time to go and name it. Probably getting canceled. Eric Hall, rounding out a tight end room. This is the sort of tight end room I would expect from that. I think David Njoku is just unclickable now with all the Kolar stuff that we're hearing and Oronde Gadsden still being in the mix. Like, he's probably just washed. I'll say someone who is clickable is Tyreek Hill. You can certainly click him. That is an option that you have as a human being drafting on Underdog, is to draft Tyreek Hill. Surprisingly. Reload that so it comes up. Yeah. Alrighty. So we got 7-15, draft 2. 7-15, draft 2. Beautiful. It's another one that feels good. Which just means the next one probably not going to feel great. Probably not going to feel great. I'm going to quickly, while we have a little break between drafts, fill up my water. I will be right back. And then if it hasn't filled yet, we are going to continue to make some boring little Dalmatian picks. Hopefully they're boring. And we're back for some little Dalmatian picks. Psychic says Jalen Knoll. I'm hard pressed to disagree. This team looks pretty darn decent, I will say. Oh, wow. Never mind. Looking at this wide receiver room, I'm scared. Yeah, I don't know if Jalen Knoll's the way to make me unscared about this wide receiver room. Maybe Darnell may. Troy Franklin. Troy Franklin is a great way to make me not scared about this wide receiver room. Yeah. No, sorry. It would be Pat Bryant, but I'm assuming Pat Bryant is not available. Could take Caleb Douglas. That'd be funny. Oh dear Lord. I mean, if I can scrap together usable scores from Reed, Godwin, and Tucker first couple weeks, and maybe an Omar Cooper in a game. You know what? This is a Keenan Allen team. This is a Keenan Allen-ass team. I need Keenan Allen to sign, and this team's set. I think that's where I'm at with that. Aaron Jones at 114. I don't think that's necessary. Concepcion? Yeah, let's go Casey. I like Casey Concepcion. Ready to be significantly overweight on him for no good reason. Or the good reason is that he's a good player and he plays all around. And that makes me happy. I mean, if you're going to make me take Travis Hunter, I guess I'll take Travis Hunter. Yeah. I was going to say, I need to balance out my Travis Hunter and Omar Cooper exposures, but there's nothing that will ever be balanced about those guys, let me tell you. Oh, is that my phone lighting up to tell me? My draft starts in 60 seconds. Yes, it is. Alrighty. Our third eliminator of the day. We're at the 1.7. Not a space I like, because this is usually where people would be drafting Jonathan Taylor, and I don't want to do that. So hopefully someone ahead of me likes Jonathan Taylor. That's the hope. What's going on? Are we back? My internet just crap out or something? I mean, I'm at my house. The internet should be fine. But you know, sometimes random crap happens, I guess. Hopefully that wasn't too big of a thing. Starting off the usual way. Starting off with people taking a while to click the freaking players. Which is, believe it or not, annoying. I want to get this, for this draft to go pretty quickly. Jonathan Taylor. Please. Darn. All right, we'll grab Amon-Ra. I don't love it, but you know, we only have 5% Amon-Ra. He's been climbing up. I think he's a better pick here than he is in, BBM style formats. We'll take him. It'll be fine. See, I think the plan is we'll do this one and we'll do one more, and then that'll be the stream for tonight. Hope is that just sort of becomes the standard stream. It's 4 streams. It is 4 draft streams. Do them, 4 draft streams 4 times a week. That'll get it done. And okay, we got Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, Brock Bowers at the turn again. Is it the same guy? I after this pick, I'm gonna go check and see if that's the same guy who's going Henry Bowers at the turn. I mean, Lamb Jefferson feels pretty darn decent, I will say. I'll say if I have to do the St. Brown Jefferson challenge, that would be interesting. That would be tough. But yeah, this is like the very end of where you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get one of the guys I like at running back. It'll be fine. I don't really like A-Chain with this first pick, but I'll get one of the guys. It'll be great. I'm surprised I have 26% of Hampton. That's a lot, I will say. Like I feel pretty happy with Hampton. I feel pretty confident in wanting to draft him, but 26% is a lot. I say as I draft another share of him. I mean, he's falling. He's good. Like, and the Chargers just have such a good schedule for him too. Like, come on, you can't be. You gotta believe in something. All right. So I want to see if this is the same guy who did this start back to back. View full draft. No, it was Akoltsa. Intriguing. Such a specific start to have happened twice in a row. I wonder if it was like someone posted something about it, because that is strange. That is not a start that I would expect to be popular in this contest. Because you're doubling up on the bye week. I mean, Derrick Henry is not like that. Not like clearly a better running back than this next tier of guys, I don't think. And I don't think that the market really believes that Derrick Henry's clear ahead of that tier of running back. I don't know, it's just strange. Very, very strange. So, not getting our boy Javonte. It's always fun just watching Josh Allen go and going, oh, yes. I forget there's a free square. Yeah, it's weird. I think Hampton's good. I think Hampton is solid. I'm surprised that me thinking Hampton is solid is getting me 30% of him. That's, I think, more where my thing's at is I'm just like, really? Nobody wants this guy? Okay, I mean, I'll keep taking him. And what I think is a great price, but I'm surprised that I'm the only one who really thinks this is a good price, I guess. Surprised. I haven't gotten that much to Zay Flowers. I like Zay Flowers, so it's a bit of a surprise to see him not on a lot of my teams. Where's Devonta? Yeah, I have him once. Let's go with Flowers. Trying to get more of the Ravens offense, and if I need to be taking not David Montgomery, Derrick Henry at the 1-2 turn, I'm not going to be getting part of that part of the offense. So I need to get some other part of the offense. So we'll grab Zay Flowers. Yeah, I'm wondering if I should have taken a screenshot of the draft. Oh no, I remember the next two picks were Montgomery and Jacobs. I'm pretty certain. So he doesn't have the opportunity to take Montgomery Jacobs. But he takes Buka. I don't get what people see with Buka and Montgomery. Wow. Very strange. Maybe it's ETR ranks or something? I don't know. That's strange. Yeah, I need to move Mike Evans down a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. I like Mike Evans. I don't need 29% of him. That's probably a mistake. I'm hoping. Darn. I was going to say, in honor of my being here for early in the stream, I could have taken Cam Scatterbo, but I don't think I can do that now. Waddle versus Tet. I'm going to go Tet. And I'm going to go adjust those rankings. Because, don't get me wrong, I love myself some Mike Evans, but I think he and Tet maybe belong below Scat and Montgomery, at least. And I think I want Jalen Waddle to be above Egbuka. I think, like, the more I hear about him and the more, like, I hear people that I think are really smart talk about him, the more I'm like, you know what, I should probably be more in on him than I am. Which is never a good place to be. I never love looking at a player and being like, oh, I have, double field on him. And actually, I should probably be more in on him than that. It's a strange feeling, but I think it's correct. Definitely leaning a little early on the buys from this position. It is a little bit sad. I cannot take Tootin here. This could be the rare Travion team I end up getting. I doubt it, though. Much more likely, this is a receiver here. Like, is my ranks going to tell me take Colson Loveland? Why do I have Colson Loveland at ADP? This is a mistake. I need to drop him down. Yeah, I can't take JMO. I can't take Loveland. I don't think Loveland's right at this price. I think I need him to be a little bit later to be in on him. This is not really the running back room I want to take Travion on. I'd much rather wait and take Pollard. This may actually be a Loveland pick. Which means the ranking's probably correct. If I'm like, yeah, this is probably time to take my first Loveland share. But maybe I move him down just a tad. Because it just feels weird to have a player that I'm out on be exactly at ADP. That feels strange to me. Just move him beneath Roma Dunze. Right ahead of Roma Dunze. Probably better. He does have tight end eligibility. So even if they do end up being very similar, one of them being able to be a tight end is much better. And this Josh Allen price is probably not correct. He's a better bet than Lamar. But I take him over Waddle. Probably. Where's the point where I'm just I looked at Ladd and I'm like, there's no way I'm taking Josh Allen over Ladd. So I'm gonna rank him as high as I can. As high as I can without going, oh dear Lord. This is gonna be Ramondre. Almost certainly going to be Ramondre. Hubbard needs to be lower. Oh, darn. I probably should have gone Hubbard for the correlation there with Tet. Darn. So what happens when you're updating your rankings in the middle of a draft? I'm surprised. That side of the draft board is usually super, super slow. So, yeah. I don't know why I went back here. Was there something I needed to fix? I don't think so. I think we're good. Yeah, so what happened? Oh, no, it was the other side of the draft board that's super duper slow. Yeah, Henderson, Warren, Pollard, Price all win. I mean, hey, all's well that ends well if Chuba makes it back to me. I mean, I doubt these two guys. These two guys probably shouldn't be taking him. Those two guys probably should be taking some receivers. But I could absolutely see, especially this guy who's gone 0 running backs, should probably take him if he gets the chance. Jalen Hurts, yeah, it's probably a running back here, regardless. Yeah, Hubbard goes to the first guy it makes sense for him to go to. Which kind of feels bad. It's Caleb. Takes RB1 Rico Dowdle. I guess. Lemon over Godwin. I see it, on some teams. But I think a lot of teams would prefer Godwin. Godwin goes. This is another J.K. Dobbins team. Absolutely. 100%. Just, I mean, I guess people are just missing the correlation. Yeah. I mean, hey, you want to have 25% leveling? That's great. I'm not in on him, so that's why I'm like the ranking is just nah. And I am more in on him for non-eliminator contest, just a tad. As I've been doing the drafts over there, I'm like, okay, I can see this a little bit more. But over here, I'm like, it's mainly an upside play. I don't think that it has the like floor and consistency for me to really want to be in on it to a large degree. Mackay Lemon. Mackay Lemon. Come on down. I'm sorry, does that say dealing with a hamstring injury? Did I know that? I think I did know that, actually. Yeah, I think I did know that. Yeah, because that happened a while ago. Great. And I was like, I just saw it for the first time in a while, and I was like, huh? But no, we're good. Maybe a slight problem with the week 10 buys, if anything. It's like my biggest worry at the moment. But overall, feels like a pretty good team. Feels like we haven't dropped the baby on this one yet. To be fair, it's not really a baby to drop. This is much more of just getting your guys team, which is always going to feel good. They're the guys. It feels good to have the guys. Sidekick saying it's quarterback time. Could be correct. Sidekick is also saying it's Rachaad White time, which is funny. My ranks agree that it is Rachaad White time if he comes to us. But he does not. My ranks say it's Mahomes time. Oh, I don't think I brought... I keep bringing these closer, and I still can't find a good place here. Because I don't want to be at 3% Mason and 26% Aaron Jones by the end of this. So I need to move those significantly, I believe. I mean, thank you, Mahomes. It happens to be, well, the Psychic does a bunch, but I also think it's correct in that circumstance. So I don't think I want Jordan Mason over Aaron Jones straight up, even with everything that's going on. But I do think above Pearsall, Laporta, like put him here, put Aaron Jones like there, or like there. Yeah, that might be a little bit more indicative of how I actually feel about them. Yeah, okay, we have them 105 and 108 now. That feels a little bit right. Like I want access to this Minnesota backfield at a high clip, just because it's ambiguous and likely to be able to have some good stuff for us, but not at the expense of having a good, well-rounded team. Jordan Love goes. Yeah, we don't have quarterback options. really that makes sense here, so we'll slam down Jordan Mason. I mean, we're worried about... Part of the thing that taking an early tight end is I'm a little bit worried about my receiver room. Running back room is probably going to be fine. I need like a fifth guy with juice. I'll find him later. I need to figure out what my quarterback room is going to look like here in the next couple of rounds. And it's weird because like Colson Loveland at this price, I probably need him to be pretty good, like pretty great for him to pay off regardless. So it's probably still going to be the 2 tight end approach, but probably have that second tight end come a little bit earlier because I'm even at that price. Loveland can have way more off weeks than McBride and Bowers, like 3 or 4 more off weeks than McBride and Bowers, and still be a good pick. And it's like on the teams that Loveland is a good pick, I don't want to like have them be bad teams because of other things. Like I'm not gonna have a lot of teams. If Loveland is a great pick, I'm not gonna have a lot of teams that are able to piggyback on that. So the ones that do, I want to make sure they actually can piggyback off of it. Oh dear Lord. I did not pay attention to this guy. So quarterbacks are definitely starved a little bit here. Is it worth grabbing like a Darnold or Stroud? That one I still think I have like really problematic needs at the receiver position and a way of dealing with them that is not freaking Khalil Shakir. All right. All right. Darn. Actually, I'm not going to darn that. Any pick between now and me that is not a quarterback, I'm going to be happy about. Because that means it's more likely I get a quarterback that's reasonable for a QB2 on this team. And I'd really prefer to have a quarterback that I think is reasonable for my QB2. What's ADP looking like? Yeah, Darnold, Stroud, and then a little bit further down is Jones. 3, 3, and 3. He went Fannin, Laporta, Andrews. What are people doing in these drafts? It's late night. People drunk. People maybe. I mean, it's what? I'm like, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. People are interesting time to be being drunk. Okay, so we're getting one of Stroud, Daniel Jones. I agree that it's probably Stroud, Jones. Like having 2 possibly injured quarterbacks, not great. But I've got to do what I got to do here because I need a quarterback here. So hopefully I can get a third quarterback later. Specifically, I probably on this team I actually do see Rodgers as being significantly better. Like Rodgers or Young being significantly better than Gino or Mendoza. So I may be happy to pick those guys. Yeah, like Loveland and Hunter Henry, or Juwan Johnson, or Brenton Strange. Like that's about in the range I want to be for this second tight end, I think. And that goes down through Hawkinson, I think. Like it would still be 2 tight ends regardless of who I end up picking, I think. It's just I would feel better about it if it was someone who was Hawkinson or above in my ranks. So I need this Gadsden ranking is quite stale. Where is he? Yeah, instead of being part of this group, like I think he's more of a like just worse than Dalton Schultz. Probably still better than Hawkinson. But close. Okay, Bryce Young goes. So it's really. Do I think Schultz will come back to me? I think it's possible. It's like Schultz, Strange, Shadik, or TJ. One of those guys is going to come back to me. So then the next question is, do I take Omar Cooper? Damn, Aaron Rodgers goes. Really, you just needed Rodgers? Damn. In that case, it probably is Omar Cooper. Especially for those running backs, yeah. We'll take Omar Cooper. Yeah, this wide receiver room has juice. Has good players. I think we'll probably be happy to stop at 6 here. Especially because we may need some extra picks at the quarterback position to deal with the nonsense. I'm definitely interested in Tua here. We probably end up like Tua and Geno. I don't know. Like if I get Geno, maybe I can just still stay at 3. Say Mahomes is going to be 100% good and happy by week 13. Both the other guys, like Geno, is going to be starting and reasonable at the beginning of the season in week 5, even if there's like still some ramping up being done with Jones for whatever nonsense reason. Yeah, I think. Yeah, don't get Mendoza, don't get Geno. And there's still this guy that only has one quarterback. Yeah, people are quarterback scared, which is fair. I can see why. We've got, this guy just clicking on quarterbacks. Yeah, Schultz made it back, so we take Schultz. I think. Like we don't really need these guys. This is not a Sadiq team, I don't think. So we take Schultz. Haven't been looking at the chat enough, but we're good. We're good. No worries. Never a doubt. So we'll end up with Loveland Schultz probably being our full tight end room. Yeah, we can definitely go for a quarterback here. Because I feel really good about this receiver room. I feel good about this tight end room. Like if we go 2 quarterback, 2 running back to finish us off, that'll probably be good. This is also an interesting team to consider Kirk Cousins for. Because again, what we're trying to make sure we have is people in the beginning of the season. If these guys are ramping up or like have injury problems, like that's the problem we're trying to solve. And like a Brissett Tua Cousins are the main like people I think are going to be good at that. Sanders and Watson, like we really just don't know how this Cleveland quarterback situation is going to shape up at all. So it's, I think, difficult. Psychic is threatening me with a bunch of tight ends. I don't think tight ends are the right pick here. Like, do we really think that I need a third tight end here? I want to make sure I give the idea like adequate thought. But I'm thinking the answer is no. I mean, Brian Robinson and Sean Tucker don't feel great. Yeah, I agree. If it's a running back, it's Kamara. I mean, it is surprising to have TJ as an option. This guy went 4 tight ends. Okay, Hawkinson goes. I'm not willing to touch a tight end now. It's saying Jacoby. I'll take it. Because I think Jacoby's probably the best quarterback. That is like, he's definitely starting at the beginning of the season, probably getting benched later. And we have no idea how good he's going to be. But he definitely put up some good usable weeks last year. I'm still probably looking at a fourth quarterback here. I'm not sure if I'll pull the trigger, but I'm definitely looking at a fourth quarterback here. I mean, we can do a third tight end. I think when you're taking Colston Loveland this high, like, aren't you expecting him to be really freaking good and have like a lot of good usable weeks? And I think Dalton Schultz, I have at least the expectation that Dalton Schultz is going to be able to give me consistent usable weeks when Loveland can't. We're not taking Ridley. This is not really a Halani team, other than the fact that it's kind of weak at running back. And therefore, every team that's kind of weak at running back when we get to the 16th round is a Halani team. I think that's what I need to just remind myself. All right, so we're waiting for 7 more people for our fourth and probably final eliminator of the night. Penix goes as a second quarterback for this guy. He's probably going to take Tua. If he takes Tua, I'm not taking a fourth quarterback. I think Tua is the only person I would consider as a fourth quarterback. What are the other 2 quarterbacks? May and Williams, and then Lamar and Shuck. That's reasonable. My guess if I get Tua through this guy. I mean, if I get Tua through that guy, probably no one's taking him on the other side. Maybe they are. I'd probably do that. Could do a Terrence Ferguson for a third tight end. Like, Terrence Ferguson is like the right type of person to be a third tight end because he can. Like, the thought is he can outscore. On his best weeks, he can outscore Loveland. Yeah, I definitely would have preferred to have like if you had like Loveland and Mark Andrews or Loveland and Ferguson, would you be fine stopping at 2? Like, is it because you think that Schultz is not going to be good enough to have replacement level weeks, or do you think it's because you just need 3 tight ends, even with a good one in Loveland? Because I think those are 2 different things. I don't think I need a receiver here. I can be convinced of Ferguson or Braylon Allen. Let's do Ferguson. I haven't really gotten Terrence Ferguson since he's been climbing up for absolutely no reason. But he's not free anymore, but he's effectively free. I mean, the kicker's right that DeJohn Stribling is egregiously mispriced, but I think Braylon Allen is too. And Braylon Allen, again, has juice, just needs things to break his way. Could have also gone for like a last round Charlie Collar. But I think Terrence Ferguson, like, actually, in his ceiling outcomes, can outscore like a median Colston Loveland game, which is the sort of thing I'm looking for in this third tight end. More so than like filling out weeks. Okay, I mean, this is a perfectly reasonable opinion. I think I'm just a lot more okay than the general public with being like, you know what? If I have to rely on someone like a random guy in week 10 or 13 or 14, whatever, like, it's fine. We can go Lloyd here. Like I'm not scared of my week 11 running backs being Hampton, Dobbins, Mason. Like that doesn't. It's not awful. Where we go Evan Johnson? I mean, we actively let's do Evan Johnson because we actively like decided to not engage with Kenneth Walker in this draft. So I think it's good to compound that bet. All right. Yep, this will definitely be the last one. In fact, if it doesn't fill quickly, we may have to get off beforehand. But I think with that one, with that Eliminator finishing and everything going on, people are clamoring for another one. So the people have spoken, and the people say they want one more Eliminator. Unfortunately, we need 3 more people to speak. But yeah, we'll continue doing some quick little Dalmatian picks. George Holani? Really? Chase Brown, Etienne, Jonathan Brooks. I see why it wants George Holani. I, too, am scared about this running back room. I am afraid. Does this have my recent exposures? Is it correct? It is. Wow. I don't have a lot of Calvin Ridley. I thought I did, but I don't. That feels good. I don't like Calvin Ridley. Yeah, I mean, this receiving room looks really good. This tight end room looks really good. This quarterback room looks really good. I kind of agree that my next priority should be addressing the running back position. I think the better way to do it is by going Tucker and then Holani in the next round. Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to not feel great about it if we don't get Holani, but meh. Can't think about that too much. Especially because it's a, $1 draft. Daniel Jones. And this is what I mean when I say I'm just doing it for the love of the game, is I will happily pour the same energy in these $1 drafts as I will these other, $25 higher dollar drafts. Because it's for the love of the game. I don't know why he hates Malik Willis so much. I think I want Willis here. I think Willis is probably the wrong pick because I kind of want to push Jones, and have the opportunity to take him maybe in the next round. And I don't give myself that option if I take Willis. Then I look at the running back room. Running back room looks pretty good. So then it becomes, what do I need in this receiver room? I have some exciting rookie production. I have some early season stuff. So I think it's more likely Travis Hunter than something else, than Omar Cooper. So I think I've ended up on Travis Hunter. One more person to join the Eliminator. Only one more. All right. Started with Caleb and Mahomes. Go Bucky, Pollard, Dobbins, JCM. Definitely going to need more running back power. Chase, Collins, Rice, Burden. So started with 4 straight receivers into Hunter and Boston. So feel pretty good there. And we have Travis Kelce. I agree with the Schultz pick. Given that, I'm not taking Calvin Ridley. We're done at there. We're done at tight end. Running back. We got 4 early. Probably want a 5th. So we're slamming receivers. We need receivers all over the season. Let's grab Dontavian Wicks. So nice and simple. Yeah. No, I'm not telling you to join. I'm just reminiscing about it not filling yet. Don't you worry. Does this team need Denzel Boston? It could use some Denzel Boston energy, sure. Don't really need a third quarterback yet. Running back room looks solid. Tight end room looks solid. Yeah, Boston's fine. Yeah, probably want Darnold and Rodgers on this team, but Darnold's a great start. All right, it has started. And we are at the 11 or 12 spot. We're at the 12 spot. So maybe, hopefully, we get to select some Justin Jefferson team. But yeah. Cool. I mean, it's nice that even at, pretty late at night, we've got people coming in for the Eliminator pretty quickly. So, start it off real quick. Need to make sure everything's going well. So, starts of drafts are always the hardest because nothing interesting usually happens, especially in this format. It's just like, you take the ADP guys and you feel good about it for the first couple rounds, and then people go crazy. I'll let you know, I will not be going crazy. At least the type of crazy where you go Derrick Henry and Brock Bowers at the turn. I guarantee you, as the 12 spot, you will not catch me doing that. Although, if I see the 11 spot in this draft do it, I'm gonna have some questions. I'm gonna be very concerned. McCaffrey a little bit earlier, I expect, but people pulling up running backs is not unheard of in this format. Very happy someone took James Cook, so I don't have to. Let's get some running back fever in this room. Let's get G&T and Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley as the next 3 picks. Okay, we got Taylor. Start. We've continued this running back fever. I want to do some more wide receiver heavy starts in this contest, but I think it's not a good decision unless you get people ahead of you taking these running backs. Takes ARSB. 2 people to us. G&T goes. Come on, take a running back. Take a running back. You need Derrick Henry in your life. No, apparently you need CeeDee Lamb in your life. Yeah, we'll take half of the famous combo. I will take Derrick Henry here over these guys, partially for some exposure mixing. I think, and this is not a ranking shift that is something different in how I perceive the players. It's how I want to take the players in my portfolio, which is this. I'm less opposed to having any, now that I've gone through over 30 drafts and I have still no James Cook, I'm less opposed to taking some James Cook. And I think I want more. Actually, I think Barkley needs to go down. I want more Derrick Henry specifically. Actually, I think I still want Hampton over Cook. Yeah. I think it's mainly about Derrick Henry going up and Hampton being at the back because I just have a little bit, I like him, but I don't want to be as indexed on him as I am. Breece Hall at the 2.6. But you might be able to get him as a 3.6. Much more reasonable price for Bowers. They're at the 20. I am surprised that I only have the one A.J. Brown share. That seems surprising to me. Purple maxing over here, the 12 spot. It's Brown Love. Yeah, Love is someone I'm surprised that I'm over on. I guess that he's a running back that I find reasonably cheap. And I think I may, like, especially with rankings like B, I'm in a place where I'm going to be pretty low on him into the future, which is, I think, where I want to be. Yeah, a much more normal draft in terms of at least where the tight ends are going. It's kind of nice. So yeah, I mean, if I get Colson Loveland at a place where I would pick him here, that would feel pretty reasonable. I think end of the 5th, beginning of the 6th. Yeah, I mean that's you're talking about him more as in the Tyler Warren realm there, which I think is much more accurate to talking about him in the Brock Bowers, Trey McBride realm. So Devonta Smith falling a decent amount, which is a little bit interesting. Yeah, almost certain we're pulling back-to-back receivers here. Rice goes. I don't love Olave, frankly. I think he's a better pick than Wilson, though, because of the bye week thing. I don't think it's Scatabo. I think it is Wilson, but I wanted to at least like sit here and challenge it. Like when the next guy down is then Jalen Waddle, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll take Wilson. I'll take Wilson. Please do not. I'm not taking Waddle at the 3-4 turn. At least not in an environment where I don't have to. Yeah. I'm glad I have the McLaurin ranking back to being lower. Like I just for a second there I just forgot that it's like very likely that Washington signed someone else, and I've just had Terry ranked as if it was more likely than not that Washington wasn't adding anyone else, which I think is just wrong. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-bow. Okay, I promise you I haven't moved. I am I am exactly where I was when I clicked the refresh button. Please let me in. There we go. Draft 3. And then the last one we draft 4. We should be back tomorrow night. For some more drafts. Alrighty. This is getting a bit worrying on the running back side of things. Bunch of running back suggestions in the sidekick. Lamar Jackson and Drake May going back to back is just kind of funny. Like Lamar Jackson has just proven it year over year that he is just such an elite fantasy asset, and Drake May has had a great year, but one good year. I think they're like I love taking Drake May. I think he's a good player, and I think he's got a good price. But I don't know. I don't know about right behind Lamar Jackson. I love how like tight ends and receivers going off the board is somehow shaping how the sidekick thinks about these running backs. I don't get it. I don't like pretend that I'm going to get it, but it is quite funny. So price goes. JMO here is like kind of interesting, but I think I agree with Mr. Kick that it is. I do need another running back here. I don't think I want a third running back yet. I don't know. I don't really want to pull up Tyler Warren or anything. I think give me some boom bust Jameson Williams. Like this is the receiver room that can handle it. Probably won't end up having a lot more week 6 buys. Like this is a receiver room that is going to be good enough to handle, JMO having duds. And JMO having good games can cover for, if Chris Olave's in the medical 10 or something. So yeah, I think that's right. And then we'll go receiver. Or sorry, go running backs in the near future. Go receivers in the distant future. Could get a quarterback. I mean, if we get a good quarterback to fall to us, we'll certainly take him. Absolutely. Doesn't look like anyone's doing anything crazy yet. Oh, no, actually. The guy that pulled up Hall also pulled up Montgomery. Probably pulled up Judkins a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what his ADP is. Then went May Burrow. Paul Bills Mafia. Well, not a lot of. I was going to say not a lot of Bills, but did take James Cook at the 1.7. Didn't get Josh Allen, though. Very sad. This is another Dobbins over RJ Harvey team. I think. Actually, let's sit down. Let's sit down and let's think about it for a second. RJ Harvey brings a bit of, brings more juice than Derrick Henry or Tony Pollard, who are not juiceless, obviously, but, compared to Harvey, are a bit, tempered in the juice department. Where is Rico Dowdle? Who is Rico? Oh, he buy overlaps with Pollard. That's why. I'm like, these are the things where it's like, Psychic's kind of useful, even in the Eliminator, because it's just like, oh, thank you for stopping me from making a stupid mistake on my own. Much appreciated. Dowdle and Dobbins go. So if Harvey doesn't go, I think it's pretty clearly Harvey. If Harvey goes, it feels rough to have another receiver here, but I don't think Corum's the right answer. Don't think Lemon's the right answer either. These boring veteran receivers, fine. Damn. Okay. Lemon is fine here. Like he's at least the right archetype of receiver. Just making sure there's nothing crazy. Like a bunch of players that I'm not at all interested in. Tucker Kraft. I don't know. I think we have to take Blake Corum. Sucks because I think RJ Harvey is just like so much better Blake Corum. They're going super close together. But we'll get some running back. Like we'll get a Minnesota running back. Just kind of annoying with the week 6 stuff. So that's gonna be a little bit early for Makai Lemon to possibly be producing as well. Like, I don't know. That was just a tough spot. This is part of the reason why I just don't like the 12 spot. Like, you just get put in tough decision after tough decision, and it's fun to be able to like think through it. But I'm looking at the team and I'm like, okay, this receiver room is really solid, like almost too solid. Like almost certainly stopping at 6 receivers. This running back room is scary, despite already having 3 picks into it. Like, most likely this ends up as a 3-6-6-3, but I could even see like possibly going to 7 running backs here. So I'm not impressed with how this running back room is shaping up. Like, I'm going to need probably some early production and some late production. Corum, I think, is nice in the fact that he's probably going to be pretty consistent over the course of the season. Like, on average, he probably is actually a spike later guy because of, you know, him having, I think, more contingent upside than your average, like, player. Like, he has obviously more contingent upside than Tony Pollard because he's actually behind someone instead of being in front of someone and just able to take on more work. I'm surprised that my QJ ranking is at 85. I'm guessing it just doesn't matter because I have that's a realm of the draft where I have a lot of people ranked above ADP and below ADP. So even ranking someone at ADP just means I'm not going to get them, which cool, fine. That's really what I'm trying to do there. Psychic is saying running back or quarterback here. I agree. For me, I mean, if we can get one of the Minnesota running backs and Kyler, like that's about as much stacking as I'm willing to have. And we will not be getting that. We can get both of the Minnesota running backs. Laporta is, yeah, just not it. Ricky P. It's not it either, I don't think. JCM goes. Ugh. I think it's Mason. Let's see what it says after I pick Mason. It says Mayfield. I think Goff is actually probably better. And I have less of him. So let's grab Goff. It's our first quarterback. And the other thing about having a week 6 bye is then we also need our other players to be more early season indexed, which I haven't really done yet. Like this is definitely looking more like a George Kalani team. And we need another, like probably another early receiver, and just have Makai Lemon be the back-weighted, like the only back-weighted production. Everything else just like be like, it's Jefferson, Olave, Wilson. Like these guys are really good, and JMO is almost certainly going to have great weeks. Yeah. Man, this is just, it's a tough one. Yeah, Goff should be solid. Like I'm not really worried about QB1. He should be solid. Should be fine. Should be good. Because obviously he's still a 3 quarterback room, but I don't know. Yeah. I mean, this is the type of team that I could do Jonah Coleman. Like I was thinking about that, like, but I just believe in Harvey and Dobbins too much to really think that even if he's been getting good buzz and is a good prospect and is even a good player, like it's just hard to find a role for him. Although I will say that is Sean Payton's specialty, is finding a role for players that I am like, I don't know, like just how is he getting onto the field, and just sort of go, he's on the field because I said so. Like Wandale would be a phenomenal last pick, I think, in this receiver room. I think you tie this receiver room together very nicely. Obviously, there's almost 0% chance we're getting him, so I can talk about it, I think, very freely. Like it's Romeo Dobbs in the same sort of realm. Different bye week, more likely to have early season weighted production than end of season weighted production, and a really consistent receiver. Like that is the archetype that we need for this final guy. Whether it's Romeo Dobbs around here or like Trey Tucker in the next little section, or like AD Mitchell, or AD Mitchell, like Jennings, like starts feeling quite bleh. It's crazy how different the ADPs are. Like for Hunter Cooper, like people just don't believe Hunter's playing receiver, I guess, at the beginning of the season, because Hunter Cooper in like BBM style contests are like right next to each other, and in this one, Omar Cooper is way higher, which is not something you'd expect out of a rookie. Yes, absolutely. I love Mark Andrews here as a tight end one. More exposure to this Baltimore Ravens team, and Sam Darnold is a perfectly cromulent QB2. So we'll take him. Certainly better than Daniel Jones, in my opinion. Yeah, I am happy with the Mark Andrews pick. Like we didn't solve either of our like running back or wide receiver questions, but we did get a really good, solid start to this tight end room. And I feel like Henry games and Mark Andrews games can't like they're a little bit more positively correlated than I think. I could see him starting over Harvey. Absolutely. I think it would be really, really tough for him to just start over Dobbins. Like, even if he's good, Dobbins is really good and a veteran and like proven in that offense. Harvey like is still young and has problems in his game. He is electric and interesting, and I like him, but I definitely like I see the flaws with him a lot more. I don't think Coleman is starting over Dobbins without a Dobbins injury. Now, some people were going to say that is reasonably likely. I'm not one of those people. But J.K. Dobbins is just a good, talented back, even after all these injuries. I mean, we haven't seen Dobbins post his newest injuries, but we've seen a lot of Dobbins post other injuries, and he has consistently proven that he has come back to good efficiency. And I think that he is a respected, like a real respected veteran in that room. So I think at least at the beginning of the season, there is going to be some deference there. That's my thought process on it. Now, the way that you are absolutely correct is if Dobbins looks cooked. If Dobbins is post injury, like actually cooked this time, then I could see that is how Jonah Coleman like weaves his way into the starting job. Is Harvey, has some like untimely fumbles or just like is still like being a problem with his like success rate, and yeah, Dobbins is like cooked. Yeah. And yeah, that's the sort of stuff we'll learn during camp. But I'd rather, or not even I'd rather, like I need to be drafting without that information. And I think getting to about 60-ish drafts before camp like doing a 60-90 split there is sort of where I want to be. Because I still want to have a lot of these drafts where things are uncertain. Because I think that it's easier to get more of an advantage when people are uncertain. Okay, come on. Not taking Ty J. Spears. So Omar Cooper, the ending I want in this room. Not really with Garrett Wilson in it. Like Samson. Sure. We've been talking about Jonah Coleman. I'm not super in on him, but does fit the mold of who I wanted for this team, I think. And continue to draft Schultz. Yeah, like he's exciting, he's interesting. And this team needs a little bit more juice in the mid to later parts of the season. So, yeah. I probably should have Antonio Williams ranked. I should probably have him ranked. Probably not super high, but I should have him ranked. Yes, absolutely. If Coleman starts in camp, he's got, because that's not the expectation for Coleman. I think the expectation for Coleman is that he's like a clear 3. I think he might even skyrocket if it's like clear he's going to be given run ahead to Harvey. Like if they're like, success rate's just not doing it for us with RJ Harvey. Like, and he starts consistently running with the 2s or being the clear backup. I could see him not necessarily in that case, probably not skyrocketing, but moving up around, I could see very reasonably. However, if it's very clear that he's the 3, I think that's when I think his ADP will fall closer to my ranking, which is in the 180s. I think I'm probably a little bit bearish on his possibilities post, like without a Dobbins injury. I think the answer for this in the rankings, like if have I been doing something wrong in the rankings, is probably the RJ Harvey price. Like maybe he's more of a Blake Corum level guy than a Rico Dowdle level guy. To be fair, I do want to make sure I have him above Cortland Sutton because oh my gosh, I want to never think about Cortland Sutton. Cortland Sutton is like quite Calvin Ridley. Is like in how I think about him. Like they're both very. I think Calvin Ridley and Cortland Sutton are very similar. Like Cortland Sutton is better than Calvin Ridley, but you've got like just a super like weirdly crowded receiver rooms in both Denver and Tennessee. And like we just are giving this veteran a lot more difference than I think the team is going to give them. Because these these receivers look cooked. My ranks say Mendoza here, and I am going to stick by that if he makes it to me. He does not. Damn. Well, shit. Did something happen with quarterbacks that I missed? Or is it just got kind of mildly unlucky? I got kind of mildly unlucky. That's fine. Let's go Halani. I've been like sort of eyeing Halani since draft started. Obviously, round 15 feels really early for him, but I think that's what I need to make this running back room work. I don't really need a tight end here, but I think it is best to just get the one I want, which is going to be Otten over Dulcich here because I'm over-indexed on week 6 buys. So yeah, last two picks are going to be, I guess, two receivers. I don't know. Like, I was like, maybe Tua if Tua comes back, but like with the Week 11 stuff, I don't think it's right to grab either the Cleveland quarterbacks. I'm not sure about Penix. Yeah, no, it's just two receivers here. Say this, we're gonna have to really rely on Goff and Darnold to be good pocket passers because it just doesn't make sense to run this team any other way, and that'll help with this receiver room feeling a little bit top heavy. I think is get two later guys, one that can hold the house down, and one that is interesting and exciting. Like if I can get a Cooper Cup here, that'd feel great. Like a Cooper Cup and Jeremy Bernard, or a Cooper Cup and a DeJohn Stribling. I think that'd be a great ending to this draft. And just accept that, like, hey, I'm not uncomfortable at running back now. This running back room will be fine. I've got early season. I've got people that can come on late. It looks good. I'm happy with this tight end room. If I get to 7 receivers, I'm happy with this wide receiver room, and I'm going to have to be uncomfortable somewhere. And quarterback is a fine place to be uncomfortable at, especially when uncomfortable is a quarterback that in an offense that could be really, really good and a quarterback that was just on the Super Bowl champs. You know, possibly throwing to the biggest cheat code that you can have in JSN. Like there could be other receivers better than JSN, but JSN just is who Sam Darnold is throwing to and what Sam Darnold does, and it's a pretty good person for that to be for you. I'd hazard to guess that that is a good place for Sam Darnold to be. But yeah, after this is going to be the final draft of the night. Yeah, wow. Does everyone have 3 quarterbacks? The other two quarterback peoples have Daniels Hurts and Allen Williams. Sorry, there's a 2 quarterback guy with Prescott Dart. That's the other one, and one with Nix Jones. That's the one that's closest to me. Yeah, Mendoza pick's kind of annoying. But I don't really see a place where I could have gone. Quarterback like Rodgers got taken right before I wanted to take him. I don't think Mahomes at 86 was correct. Like Murray got taken before I could grab him. Yeah. I mean, just writes itself. Like the worst version of what I had. I definitely want Tyquan Thornton. I think I'm a little bit over-indexed on. Let's go Tyquan Thornton and Keenan Allen, actually. Like, just have the olds in there a little bit. Have these, like, more boring. 2 more boring receivers. Have Mekhi Lemon hold down the exciting. And, like, Jameson Williams also kind of hold down the exciting. But these are 2 guys that can pop off and give me very, very usable scores. So, yeah. Ended off with Goff and Darnold. Running back room of Henry, Pollard, Corum, Mason, Coleman, and Holani. Wide receiver room of Jefferson, Olave, Wilson, Williams, Mekhi Lemon, Tyquan Thornton, and Keenan Allen. And a tight end room of Andrews, Schultz, and Otten. This is probably my least favorite of the 4 teams we drafted tonight, but I still think it ended up pretty darn decent. So, yeah. So, thank you very much for joining me, guys. A little bit of a longer stream today. Hope to keep up the longer streams. But we'll see how things go. And we will be back tomorrow with some nice streams. So thank you for stopping by. Want to address this in the comments real quick. I presume this is talking about JSN. Yes, I think that taking him there could be wrong. Like, he could be a fantasy bust and still unlock Sam Darnold. I'm not sure where my... Yeah, my JSN, I'm not super in on JSN. I think JSN is fine where he is. I think it's a little bit hard to... it's hard to fade a guy that you can, prove has that ceiling. But, things change fast in the NFL is really what it is. Things change fast, but, history can repeat itself. Or history is the best place for us to look at to see what might repeat itself. But yes, thanks for stopping by, guys. I will see y'all tomorrow.